We are following the latest developments in Venezuela after the country's opposition failed to incite a military uprising last week. Juan Guaidó has America's backing, but he's so far failed to unseat sitting President Nicolás Maduro. Guaidó spoke to our Adriana Diaz to talk about the possibility of U.S. military intervention.
Juan Guaidó's calls for mass protests last week failed to force President Nicolás Maduro out, as troops armed with tanks and tear gas violently suppressed protesters in deadly clashes. Since then, U.S. leaders have repeated that all options are on the table to ensure a transfer of power to Guaidó, including military intervention. We asked the opposition leader about that.
Are you open to American military action?
We are open to options that offer a low social cost and that will grant us the ability and the stability to hold a truly free election.
Is that a yes or a no?
It's a controversial topic and should be answered responsibly. We want the best exit out of this conflict, and if there are options we have to consider and alternatives, then we will.
A member of your team told us that the opposition is in talks with Russia. In what capacity?
In an unofficial capacity. With various officials. I can't give details.
The U.S. and Russia accuse each other of interfering in Venezuela's crisis. Yesterday, speaking from Moscow, Venezuela's foreign minister said Maduro's government may expand the number of Russian specialists in Venezuela. While outside countries try to exert their influence, Guaidó says he only has one goal.
I want a free election now, no dictatorship, for kids in Venezuela not to starve to death.
Maduro calls you a puppet of the Americans. If you say you're open to American support, is that supporting his claim?
We are supported by 60 countries, and Maduro is weak, alone, isolated in his bunker.
But even with Venezuela's crippling economic crisis and inflation at more than 1,000,000%, most armed forces have remained loyal to Maduro. Guaidó insists that will change.